Ni hao, and welcome back to the Chinese campaign. Let's see, Austrian light cruiser here. It's heading out though, somewhere. Let's see what's coming in. Spain is sending stuff. US is sending stuff. France is sending a little bit of stuff. Austria-Hungary has most of their ships. Hang on here. There we go. Just hanging out in the Mediterranean. I think they're fighting Italy. No? They are not? It says here that they are. Are they at peace now? Well, it was exactly 0, so maybe they just ended the war. That could be the thing. Yeah, that's probably it. And the invasion arrows have just not disappeared yet. So, with Austria-Hungary no longer fighting Italy, if it was indeed the case that they were at war until this month, yeah, they're probably going to send a lot of these ships over to our neighborhood. Let's see, is there anything here that I can use this light cruiser for? Sure, let's just send it here. Maybe it can strike Port Said. Or at the very least, block the Suez Canal. That would be a fun thing. Anyway, let's see here. This shipyard thing will probably be done next month, which will also be next year. And we are increasing it by more than 30,000 tons, and that should also increase the shipbuilding capacity by the same amount. So let's see if that's the case. And yes, that is the case, as we can see here on the right side. We have a lot of meetings this month. January 1960. Also, we have an election. No change there. French admiral replaced. Soviet admiral replaced. We are attacking an Austrian port. And we're going to have to remember to invade Borneo. Lots of undefended ports getting attacked. Here we go, a battle. Seattle class heavy cruiser versus Weihai class light cruiser. Yeah. Although this is going to be a tough battle. The Seattle class really isn't too bad. It's got some pretty accurate guns. Also, our light cruiser is a little bit damaged from a previous battle, or maybe from encountering submarines. I still want to chance it though. Cost of our two ships is about the same. The enemy guns far outrange ours. Let's use the smoke. They've now lost sight of me. I think that if I can get close enough that my AP can actually penetrate their armor, I should be able to do a lot of damage. Let's just go with HE until then. We are starting to take return hits. winning this. No. Darn it. I was hoping I would be able to get closer before taking too much damage, but some initial flooding damage slowed me down, and that made me easier to hit. So, okay. At least we have a bunch of new light cruisers coming into service. Another one of these Protect class DDs, very expensive. Not much of a battle though. And okay, so the plan here is, I think I want to use the Yangshu mainly to take on the enemy DD. I'm gonna send the Gaidamak away. She's just not really equipped for this. Oh, maybe she could work. And I also want to see if my Jingxing class DDs can actually outgun one of these very, very expensive French boats. Granted, I do have 5, so it's a 5-on-1. But their 1 is worth more than my 5. And the battlecruiser combined. So just in terms of price tag, we're kind of the underdog, but that doesn't really matter. That just means the enemy DD is terribly overpriced. And Yangshu is engaging. That enemy DD is super fast though, so it is difficult to hit at range. You guys will be firing AP. Well, it does have armor actually. Is it gonna outshoot me with its what did it have, 4.6-inch guns? Let's see if we can just land a couple of flooding hits, slowing it down. Maybe make it maneuver with the torpedoes. They're probably not gonna hit, but excuse me, had to sneeze there for a minute. Maybe those torpedoes might actually hit. There we go. That's the Yangshu. Go broadside. Not a single flooding hit yet. So those 1.5 inches of armor, it is holding up. You know, we're knocking out its torpedoes. And we have actually slowed it down. It's now avoiding my torpedoes. Yeah, let's see if we're actually gonna put an end to the filibuster. It'd be funny if this torpedo were to hit, but I don't think it will. Maybe? I go close. No cigar. Okay, we're actually out of HE ammo for the DDs. Is that one of my torpedoes? Because the enemy has not launched any. There we go. finally a little bit of flooding. Yeah, we're taking it out now. About time, too. Yeah, if it only had better torpedoes and wasn't so overpriced, so France could actually have more of them in a squadron, these would actually be kind of scary, because it does take quite a bit to put them down. Yeah, we're out of HE for the DDs. I'm just gonna send them home and let Yangzhou take care of business. Well, also trying to get a little bit closer. She can actually catch up now. And I do think HE would be more effective, because the HE can pen 1.5 inches of armor. And it would be less likely to just overpen. See there? That's a proper hit. And that was the kill shot. So, that's a decent score in terms of victory points. And that was indeed the Yangzhou doing most of the work, so the DDs might as well have not joined in. Now, let's see. No, not a real battle this time either. But at least we got the Sheehan-class battleships, so they should be able to end this very quickly. Hopefully. And actually, I think these heavy cruisers will be very, very useful. They're a little bit faster than the Sheehan's. I turned these guns off just to begin with, so they're not gonna start firing off at maximum range and wasting a bunch of ammo. There it is. I think the cruisers can handle it. Let's see, yeah, we got decent penetration on these 8-inch guns, on the HE. And a decent rate of fire as well. Might as well bring the Sheens a little bit closer so they can open up with the 7s. No flooding hits yet. Okay, on with the main guns. Let's just knock it out of the water. Okay, main guns off. I think they got the picture. Yep. No losses. Excellent. There's one more meeting, and it's a simple Yangzhang class light cruiser versus a DD. A Spanish DD, which by the looks of it is not very good. Let's go. Honestly, I kind of forgot Spain was still in the war. They haven't really made much of themselves. Neither had Austria until I realized, hey, they were actually land invading my island. And I sent that light cruiser last month to go take care of their invasion force, picking on my ally. Let's see, how far out is that DD? It's a rather slow DD, so... Well, luckily it's not going to run away. Because again, that is probably one of the best changes to the game in recent time. Now, if the game actually generates a battle for you, the game has already decided that no, the enemy did not manage to run away, so now they're gonna stand and fight. And you're not gonna waste hours of real time trying to chase down a DD that is like 0.1 knots slower than yours. Let's see. We're gonna put you on the thumbnail. The triple super firing 7-inch guns, maybe. Maybe like so, make it look a little bit more imposing than it actually is, being the last of the Yangjiang class light cruisers built at the start of the campaign. This one had a refit though, so it's not too bad anymore. But they really had a rough life in the first couple of episodes, for those of you who might remember. Hence why there's only one left out of the I don't even remember how many I built, but it was quite a few. I was mainly just down to the there we go, the limit to what kind of light cruiser hulls I had available as China, and I was fighting Japan, which has a lot of good light cruiser hulls. So even their AI designed things are superior to what I could design on the hulls I had available. Argentina wants to buy some heavy cruisers. 114% profit. That's pretty good. Let's see. These invasions. 87%. So not quite stalled. And this invasion showed up here. That's unfortunate. I'd hoped it would be centered on Malacca, so I could invade both Malaya and Singapore at the same time. Luckily this one will be done next month, so this invasion fleet can just move down here. Meanwhile, I need to start invading Borneo. There we go. It does not take much, thankfully. In fact, what I will do... It's only 17,000 tons. I don't know where the invasion is going to pop up, but I will send these guys up here. Start taking Malaya, and then I'll just scramble some cruisers to take Borneo. I think I will be able to find a couple of ships. Can I even click Hong Kong? It's a little bit difficult because it's behind the Nothing there. Behind the naval invasion. Oh, Austria-Hungary, what are you doing here? Sending a bunch of cruisers that will... heading here to Sabo. Well, let's try to take care of that. We got 6 heavies, 7 lights, and 4 DDs. What do I have available here? I got 4 Chingons and a Huludao DD. That's not really much of a force. No, I do actually have 2 Yangdongs. That's the other one. Let's send it too. Let's actually assemble a some kind of a force here to counter the Austrians. Do I have any battleships nearby? Got lots of DDs here. Like any battleships that I've gotten sent home for repair? I have a lot of DDs just hanging around. There you go. Another heavy cruiser. And this force, should they win that battle, which I hope they will, can then just move down here next month and take Borneo. That is sounding like a plan. Yes, that is indeed sounding like a plan. Okay, okay. Yeah. I wish these had been sent to a bigger port, so they would probably have been repaired by now. But let's fight this convoy battle. Again, the Seattle class heavy cruisers are really not bad. I think I would need to close to actually no, I can penetrate it at like 11,000 meters. It's got 4 inches of belt armor. Which isn't much. But if I had the other heavy cruiser class with the 11-inch guns, that would probably be better in this case. Let's see if Jingxing the Third can actually maybe launch a couple of torpedoes and score some hits. Yeah, 4.4 on the main belt. 170% armor quality though. Triple bottom, Citadel 4. Yeah, modern 2 armor. If I get the opportunity, I will take some of these as war operations from the US. That is, unless I just happen to sink all of them. No, what are you doing? Completely wrong, yeah. On the target priority there. Jing the third, you can now target the DD with your guns. One v1 gunfight with an American DD. That is not the best thing. Oh, am I actually gonna eat that torpedo? Yes, it was a dud. It's able to get the angle to be too angled. Maybe you can do a DD on the thumbnail. I don't think we've done that before. Let's see how we're looking here. 17 kilometers away. We might actually get some torpedo hits here. Potentially. No. And I got very lucky here that none of those enemy torpedoes hit because I was not paying attention. There you go. Jingxing is penetrating Edison, taking pence in return. Secondaries on Liaoning. We're actually scoring some hits too on Edison. And I think we're gonna sink Edison here. Maybe. She has just enough armor for it to be a little bit troublesome. Should fix the flooding. "12 kilometers away from Huron." Go with AP. And we now actually sink the Edison. Torpedoes. You have a target. Jingxing has launched and is now out of torpedoes. Let's get her back in closer to Edison. Nine kilometers away from Huron. Not really scoring the best of hits, but taking some pretty mean hits in return. There we go. Set the secondaries too. They're not really in range of that DD anymore. Huron is about to run out of ammunition for those 10-inch guns. He's got 10 rounds left. Edison has surrendered. actually. Not often you see that with a DD. Huron has 4 rounds left. 10-inch ammo. 2 rounds. Out of ammo for the main guns. I should have saved the torpedoes for this, but I didn't. Liao Ning has taken a lot of damage. A lot of flooding damage, at least. Structurally, she's not too bad off. And there she goes, sinking. Nice. Yeah, that was tough. So that was first month of 1960. That's actually a full task force. It's a tiny task force, but it's still a task force. Might have to send something to deal with it. But I think this will be the main event now. Trying to fight those Austrian cruisers. And see what happens here with the Kavkaz. Bulgaria is attacking my ally. That's not nice. Iraq is attacking my ally, the Ottoman Empire. Alright. Let's go. So, let's find out what's been happening. It seems North Borneo is... looks like it's still mine. I just got the better of him. I thought Britain was my friend, but okay. And Spain is attacking my transports. No, my port actually. What? No way. War is not going so well. Because of 1,000 victory points. The US is attacking my port. I'm attacking a French port. And an American heavy cruiser. Another Seattle. But this time I think I have the firepower to knock it down without much effort. And my battleships should have a decent amount of ammunition because they have not fired off that much in the last couple of months. So everything that is not a battleship, just head home. There's no point in you taking damage from those nasty 10-inch guns on the USS United States. And my guns are also turned off because I don't really need to be opening fire at 41 kilometers. I can close to within 20 or so. 25 if I absolutely don't want to take any return fire. There we go. United States spotted. Well, the ammunition situation is improving. Again, I don't know how much ammo I'm gonna need for these next month. Might be quite a bit. .25 kilometers. Dropping down to cruising speed. We are taking fire now. Let's straighten out and open fire. There you go, first hit scored. And knockout. Amazing what you can do with the 16-inch gun on a battleship. And here we go. Delaware class battlecruiser. We've seen this before. 12-inch guns. One of the Seattles, a Vicksburg, and 2 of these DDs. We got all of this. So, yeah. An actual battle. Imagine that. Alright, ammunition is not too terrible. That's good. Always something to keep in mind these days. Cruisers. You will detach and join that group. You will detach and join that group. Because there's no reason for the slow and the fast heavy cruisers to be in the same division. I still want to have the fast ones just follow the slow ones, which are following the battleships. But at least I will have the option of just sending them off to do things with their speed if needed. DDs provide opening salvos. There we go. Everything is in order. Now we're just gonna have a little bit of chaos here as the fleet straightens itself out. There you go. Enemy battlecruiser has been spotted. Do I really need the DDs for this? I've changed my mind. I do not need the DDs for this. They're just gonna take a lot of unnecessary damage. Because the enemy doesn't have a huge task force, really. So I don't think my torpedoes would be terribly successful. Let's see, we're firing HE. I want to be firing AP at Puerto Rico. I want Yunfei to target Birmingham. There you go. Targets have been selected. What kind of armor did you have? A little bit. Oh, come on now. Come on now. Main guns. Secondary guns. They did the thing. They did the thing again. Switching main gun targets. Have other ships done the thing as well? No. Targeting what I want them to target. So that is good. Puerto Rico really closing in. The DDs too. Yeah, Puerto Rico not gonna last much longer. Insanely aggressive moves by the US Navy in this battle. And there's the Puerto Rico, I think. That's the kill shot. There it goes. Just a Birmingham left, which is almost undamaged. Have you guys really not done anything? You're gonna just turn off your guns and go home, not waste any ammo. As will these guys. Because the battleships will handle this. Yeah, the Seattles evidently have just enough armor to not be easy pens by heavy cruiser guns at range. But battleship guns are just gonna slap it out of the water. And ask for seconds. We're running out of HE. And HE is the right choice here. AP would just overpen. Is that it? Now force AP so I don't just blow through my my HE supply. Because it's just a matter of making it flood out now. And it doesn't take much. Suddenly not hitting much. There we go. Maybe one more salvo HE would have been the thing. But that's it. There's no coming back from that. Alright. Another glorious battle. Worth slightly more than one of those French DDs. Oh, okay. That's a run away from kind of battle. Success. And here we go. That is supposedly the main event. Leopard class heavy cruiser. 28.4 knots. It's got 6 10.4-inch guns. Not a whole lot of main gun firepower, but it's not bad either. From what I can see, this is a decent heavy cruiser. The lights. Okay. No, these are not the ones we fought with the metal snake last time. This is a that's the one. Teodo class, the 14 point almost 15,000 tons, and the almost 16,000 ton light cruiser is different. DDs, nothing to write home about. So how are we gonna do this? It really depends on what kind of armor these heavy cruisers have. I can take on the lights, I can take on the DDs. The heavies, that is an unknown. And I know I had more DDs in some of my ports that could have joined in on this. But they're not here, so that is that. Alright. 5 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers on our side. Yeah, just follow. 3 DDs. We're gonna see if we can do something fun with the torpedoes, because that's a pretty big force of enemy ships. And that's what my torpedoes like to see. Yeah, I could have had more DDs here. That might have helped. Whether or not that will be necessary, we're gonna find out once those heavy cruisers are identified. There we go. Is this winnable? Well, that's what they look like. Plus beam and draft. Some armor. 4.6 on the main belt. 1.7 on the main deck. The main deck covers most of the ship. So that's decent. Semi-oil diesel 2. Steam steering. Super heavy shells. Increased ammo. Triple base TNT 3. Yeah, the guns are decent. The guns are pretty good actually. Torpedoes are meh. Might as well not be there, but there we go. We are quite far away. Our 9-inch guns actually outrange them. But they're gonna struggle with that armor at that range. So yeah, remains to be seen what kind of damage we can actually do to these things with the guns on our own cruisers. Maybe the best thing here will be to just damage them a little bit pull out and hope I have some battleships to spare next month. Okay, DDs. Let's see what these torpedoes can do. All torps are in the water and we're pulling out a little bit. And we're hoping for the best with the torpedoes. There we go, DD start taking hits. I think they can get out though. There we go, one torpedo hit on a light cruiser. We're gonna get some more. 2 more torpedo hits on a light cruiser. Full panic in the Austrian ranks as the torpedoes arrive. DDs seem to be getting away. Yeah, we're 20 kilometers away from the light cruisers. That's a little bit far away for my my 9-inch guns to be any effective. Standard shell size. Should have given them heavy shells, maybe. I think we're gonna kill 1 light cruiser at least. But we are running out of ammunition. Not quite yet, but the ammunition is going down. I'm gonna select some targets here. You. 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 And all secondary guns on the closest one. Okay, you're the closest one now. Okay, DDs, your torpedoes are rearmed. You can go again. Light cruisers are taking a little bit too much damage for my liking. So we're pulling them out. And bringing in the DDs as a shield. Come on, Li Shui. I'm confident. I believe in you. No. Let's not ram the wreck. Now I really need to kill something, or this will not count as a win. Come on out, get the torps off. Torpedoes away. Guns on that thing. My cruiser Marcos sinks. Let's turn this line around. I don't want to dance with those enemy heavy cruisers. Enemy torpedoes going wild. They're not gonna hit anything. Mine did hit something. Styria took a bunch of hits. Son Liang, did you take a torpedo? No, just penetrating from cruiser guns. DDs are getting away. Styria took how many torpedoes? 3. Not a whole lot of damage though. Anti-torp 5, yeah. And triple bottom, so are we only doing 27 knots now? What kind of armor did you have? 1.7, 1.8. Ningxia, what happened to you? You just took a lot of 10-inch hits. I think this is the end for the Ningxia. Don't think she can get away. Probably avoid the torpedoes though. Maybe not, because engines are out, speed is dropping. Yeah, no, we did avoid the torpedoes. Teodo almost down. Just land a couple more hits on her. Teodo sinks. Excellent. Admiral Spawn. Next. Secondaries on Skoke. So we are probably going to lose this heavy cruiser, but it is one of the cheaper, more expendable designs. It's not too bad. Yep, Ningxia down. But we did get one of the enemy light cruisers, and these are worth about, well, more than twice what the Ningxia is worth. So it's not too bad, really. We can probably get this one too, because it's overextended. Yeah, all in all, 11 torpedo heads, not too bad, really. Just a shame they didn't do much. No. What are you doing? I did not ask you to switch targets with your main guns. The Admiral spawn is still the target here. The secondaries can take care of the DDs, which are out of torpedoes anyway. These are okay. These DDs here. Let's take a look. 73 million is dirt cheap for a DD. And it's got 6 long-range 24-inch torpedoes. That's really not bad. Main weakness is basically being kind of slow, but when you're that cheap, you're kind of expendable. Yeah, go with HE. The AP really isn't working. Yeah, I think we're not able to sink this task force this time around. I think that's pretty clear. Hopefully I can keep these cruisers alive, do a little bit more damage, and then try again next month with maybe some heavier ships. We'll see what isn't too busy doing naval invasions down further south. There. Secondaries on one, mains on the other. And maybe I can bring in some Sheen class battleships or something. They would clear away this mess in no time, without much trouble. But I want to take out these DDs in preparation for that, because of those long-range heavy torpedoes. It could do nasty things to battleships. There it goes. Sebenitzo. Next target. Probably not really gonna be able to do much damage to it, I think. Because again, it has just that level of armor That's gonna make it tough to fight with my relatively light guns. But it looks like we are scoring some flooding hits, so that is good. Auto shell selection. You may fire off your last AP rounds if you will. This guy is toast. Get out of here. Probably too late. I think Songjiang is also gonna go down. Which is too bad because she's one of the more expensive heavy cruisers here. Should have realized that sooner and detached it so it could use its speed while it still had some speed. Because the 8-inch guns are out of ammo anyway. Are we actually going to get away though? That's the question. Or is this going to be a total loss? Flash fire on St. George. That was incredibly lucky, but too late to save Songjiang. Luckily, these 3 cruisers are still fast enough to actually get away. St. George is disengaging. But all in all, at least we did some damage to this Austrian task force with the ships we had available. It's too bad we couldn't sink the Admiral spawn, because she's not actually that badly damaged in terms of structure. Just the flooding, and the flooding doesn't remain. Same with the this one. I think we're gonna get away though, because they didn't really have anything left that's still capable of matching my speed, as unimpressive as it is for a cruiser. There we go, end battle. That does actually count as a victory. Not so sure if I agree. They have 2 remaining DDs left alive. That's probably because we sank these 2 light cruisers, which are very expensive. But yeah, for just being the ships I could scrape together in the vicinity, not really too bad. So, these Spanish cruisers I will need to deal with. These ships can now go down here because that is enough tonnage to pull off that invasion. And these will have to invade the East Philippines. There we go, these guys have started moving. But first, I need to launch another invasion against France here. Cochin China, probably. Where is France? Here we are. Well, Annam then. Let's move these here. That's 100%. That is great. That's still 100%. Also good. Okay, spare ships. What can I spare? Is basically the question here. Beijing and Wenzhou. You're gonna have to go up here, deal with these guys, because you are capable of doing that. Meanwhile, one French light cruiser. Do I have any light cruisers of my own sitting in ports? Let's see what I can find here. There is one here in Shanghai, way high class. Can it take on a French light cruiser? Possibly. I'm sure I had some more. Here we are. A metal snake. That is decent antidote for a enemy light cruiser. I can send out these two submarines. Actually, deal with these Spanish ships. And 6 DDs. Why not? I think I had some more DDs even. Here. Dingching 1950s. Yeah. Let's go. 10 DDs versus a heavy and a light cruiser. You're gonna see that next time. Maybe, hopefully, unless the submarines just take care of it, I suppose. My armies are pushing into Laos. The Austrians are actually pushing into North Borneo. Americans are, as ever, all over with a bunch of different ships, sending in more task forces. Austria-Hungary not really moving much. Neither is Spain. They have a lot of stuff, it's just not moving anywhere. But yeah, that's it for this episode. Goodbye, and take care.